Glenfarclas 25-year-old Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. Is this one you should grab? Stay tuned for the Whiskey Whistle. Greetings, my whiskey friends. Mark here at Whiskey Whistle on YouTube, sharing a little whiskey awesomeness from Winnipeg, the center of North America, bringing you Glenfarclas 25-year-old Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey. This is the 2020 Whiskey Whistle World Whisky of the Year. This is the outright winner for 2020, and super thrilled to have that. So happy that this was brought into Manitoba. This was purchased right here in Manitoba at the Liquor Marts, the Manitoba Liquor Marts as they're called, run by formerly known as MLCC. Now it's called something else. I can't remember exactly what it's called. But anyway, super awesome to have this here. Awesome to have it on the channel. I'm enjoying it so much. I've shared it quite a bit. Already down to about, that's about only about, what, 10 ounces left? Maybe 8? So done quite a number on that already. This was $250 Canadian, which is an excellent buy for a 25-year-old because typically they are 400 and something and up. So prices have gone so high. Glenfarclas, how are you doing this? How are you keeping prices so great? And I commend you for that because as a whiskey nut and as the president of the Winnipeg Whiskey Club, everybody is loving Glenfarclas and everything that you do. So keep it coming. All right, now let's look at the color first of all for Glenfarclas 25. Now, I think this is not only ex-sherry, but also maybe some refill sherry that's involved here. So pretty much a straight up gold. I believe that's natural in color. No information about filtration, but it's 43% ABV, so probably a little bit of chill filtration has happened, I'm guessing. Let's take a brief little smell before we get onto the legs. Leather and sherry mixed together. That is the kind of leather that I would want in my car. That's the kind of leather that I would want to wear as pants if I were a leather pant wearing guy. I almost considered it once, back when I worked in the industry. Not the leather industry, but the fashion industry. That would have been probably the beginning of the end. Yeah, big leather. So interesting. All right, let's get on the legs. Let's see what kind of legs Glenfarclas 25 has got. Let's see. Well, very slow primary legs. Very slow indeed. And the secondary legs are trickling down. Beautiful. All right, onto the nose then. We've got leather. We've got some sweet sherry notes. Here they're presenting as a little bit of fresh, ripe strawberry, local strawberry, the kind you cannot ship because they're so soft when you get them at the stores. A little bit of strawberry jam, some apricot, which is nice, dried apricots. Peach skins. The slightest hint of really, really old citrus. A Valencia orange. And you just let it sit and it dries out and it dries out. And then it's kind of brown orangey. And it just has a very different smell. Leave one out for a couple of months. Maybe 3 months and see what I'm talking about. Lovely. Now, this reminds me a lot of older Glenmorangie, and kind of like Glenlivet, like the old 20, 21, 25-year-old, if memory serves. But leather-wise, the only other distillery that I've noticed this strength of this leather is Glenfiddich, especially older releases, like the old 15-year-old distillery edition. And the old, what was it called? Glenfiddich Select or something? I can't remember. Way before the 12-year-old came out. This is really old. This is totally old school. All right, the Palate. I feel like this is the most balanced Glenfarclas in the range. You have dried fruits, light raisins, dried apricots, a bit of prune. You have fresh strawberry. You've got a little bit of that citrus. You have peach, leather, some chocolate praline, like that hazelnut mousse wrapped in, like a medium chocolate. Roasted hazelnuts. It's so complex. There's something in there that anybody could enjoy, be it a person who's new to whiskey that thinks, boy, I've tried a few bottles and it's my birthday. I want to buy something nice. $250, it's not bad. That is only double the price of some of the 10-year-olds that are out there. So when you take a 10-year-old like Springbank for 110, and then you've got Glenfarclas 25-year-old for 250. If I could, I would probably tend to buy that one over the Springbank. All right. Now, 43%, the mouthfeel is slightly light. This would be so much better served at 46% and bump the price up, say $10. Make it $2.60 a bottle, $2.65. I think you'd find that you'd be more profitable. You might not sell more bottles, but the profit will outweigh the total bottles sold. And the enjoyment by the recipients will be that much better. So if this is the winner, how much bigger a winner would it be if it were 46? Even cask strength, but that's asking a lot. Beautiful. Now, I'm not going to add much water because it's pretty much at ideal drinking strength, but let's just add a couple or 3 drops. 1, 2, 3. So negligible water. It brings out more citrus and peach. Oh, yes. Beautiful fruitiness. Now the leather is taking a bit of a sidestep here and allowing that fruit to really come out and play. And I am enjoying that. Boy. It's delicate. It's lovely. Again, if you're a Glenmorangie nut if you are a Glenlivet nut, if you like Glendronach, if you like Tamdhu, this is something you should try. Beautiful. Well, the palate with water. Cheers again. Again, less chocolate, more fruit. That fruit is just lifted up. There is, interestingly, almost no sulfury notes here at all. The Glenfarclas 105, do I have it here somewhere? I think it's in the other room. A little bit more sulfur. This one is immaculate in that the sulfur is almost nil, minimized, and it's leaving all of that fruit and that little hint of leather there just out in the open for anybody to come and enjoy. Great with water, but I think I hit the sweet spot there. That's about, that was 15 milliliters and I added only 3 drops. So 30 milliliters, add 6 drops. Give it a try, all right? Well, let's get on to the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Glenfarclas 25. That's the 2020 WhiskyWhistle World Whisky of the Year, the outright winner. What is that going to be, folks? It's going to be 94 out of 100. You heard it, 94 out of 100 is the WhiskyWhistle whiskey score for Glenfarclas 25. Beautiful stuff. And accessible, available, not hard to find. I know they're not in every market, but you should be able to find somebody. For example, if you're in the US and your market doesn't have it, find someone in a neighboring market, a neighboring state, and see if you can't get that to each other somehow. And maybe you can send them something that they can't get. Give it a shot because it's great, it's lovely, and this should be on your shelf for 2020. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Now, if you're a WhiskyWhistle fan, why not jump in and support the channel through Patreon? Patreon.com/WhiskyWhistle. Join the WhiskyWhistle crew. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the link right here and hit the bell above, ding ding, so you're notified of the up and coming Whiskey Whistles, okay? Take care, everybody, and we'll see you very soon.